Hello everyone, welcome to the Game of High Flyers next chapter. So today we have with us Mr. Rajesh. So let me tell you briefly about Mr. Rajesh. So Rajesh has come to us. He was working into the sourcing and procurement. He was also working a little bit in SAP, but he was looking for a very good implementation experience, especially in S4HANA. He want to jump in. And in the growth, he has done the multiple trainings with us. He has done the trainings on the logistics side. He has done the sourcing and procurement basic and advanced training. And right now he is getting trained on EWM. So our association is quite long, more than, I would say, the more than 2 years, so around 2.5 years we are getting associated. And now Rajesh is got placed in a company in US, which deals in automated sensors manufacturing, and his package is somewhere around 150K per annum, you can consider. Okay, so that's Rajesh. Rajesh, welcome to the Game of High Flyers.
Hey Parminder, thanks for scheduling this call and inviting me, and I'm happy to talk about ShastraGeek and talk about you basically. So it makes immense happy to me to talk about yourself, because the day I started from ShastraGeek and for sourcing and procurement project training, so that was kickstart of my growth of my knowledge in SAP. Of course, I was in part of SAP doing SAP projects, but it was an operational project where I didn't have a full-fledged knowledge on implementation cycle. So once we started our training part, I was able to capture the gaps where I was missing. So I was identifying rise of the blues. I was circling back what can better improve a client by a standard sourcing project with S4 HANA implementation, using multiple Fiori tiles or whatever you call improvements done for sourcing and procurement. That was mainly achieved through ShastraGeek, and mainly I attended Parminder's training where I full-fledged it loud to hear his voice and hear his explanation, which is in detail. So right now I'm working in the sensors company for a full implementation of a global project, and it's going to be a 5 years project, and it's the biggest project in my career as of now. Even though I worked in operations project for 3.5 years, I didn't have my cross-functional skill set to switch around with the implementation project. When you go to an implementation project, that's a different ball rolling on. You need to think about a lot of new things. You need to invent a lot of things. And right now I'm working on SAP S4HANA 2020, which is the latest version. So I'm getting upgraded myself by the trainings which I got, and also upgraded to the client with whatever new functionalities available in the S4HANA market. So that's a fetching point. What I got of interview, and what you will be getting out of interview if you want to join ShastraGeek, or if you want to go ahead and start sourcing or procurement or logistics execution or EWM. Those are my base and my core firms where I'm starting working on. So this is, in a nutshell, this is about me, and that's right now, and I'm very happy with what I'm getting right now. And of course, after this training session, I was a bit nervous about interviews, but how we got prepared through interviews through ShastraGeek is mainly helpful to anyone, any layman. Let me call any layman to understand concepts of ERP and get trained for ERP, and all certifications which are available, mock interviews which are available, training sessions which are available in ShastraGeek are really helpful for each and every individual who wants to start a career. So whoever wants to start a career as a starting stone, as a stepping point, that's where you go, ShastraGeek. And comparatively, before reaching to ShastraGeek, I reached out to many other people, but the rates which ShastraGeek provides you, no one can beat in the market with quality of education they are going to provide you. So that I can assure you. and what you are learning, what you are adopting from out of it, it depends upon individual. So the trainer is going to perform 100%, and you need to put your effort into 100%. That's what I did, and I encourage everyone to do the same.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Rajesh, for your kind words. And first of all, congratulations. You got a big project which will run for 5 years. And
Yep.
that's also SAP S/4HANA implementation 2020. So that's a very, very good opportunity. The bigger the
Mm-hmm.
project is, the better the learning you get, and the easy for it would be for you. So as you said, the implementation is a different ball game, right? So
Yep.
in this implementation, which will happen for the 5 years, multiple different rollouts will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have
That's true.
spent 6 months to 1 year, after that, the
Mm-hmm.
life would be quite smooth for the next 4 years. First year would be hectic, but next four
Mm-hmm.
years would be quite smooth for you. So that's, I always prefer the long projects, long implementation projects. So congratulations, you got it. And one of the
Yep.
key
Thank you.
points which Rajesh said, which I got notice is that, that trainer gives 100%, but
Mm-hmm.
you also need to give 100%. I will say that you need to give 200%. Okay, so
That's
we
true.
can do our job. We can put all the things in front of you. We can also push you, but until unless a trainee does not put an effort, the results does not comes out. That's why we push, and we throw a lot of light that what kind of steps need to be done and how you need to follow the curriculum. And we also try to push, but from a trainee side, the efforts are required. I tell everyone that SAP is very lucrative. Okay, a very good packages and everything, you will get it, but it also requires a lot of effort. So apart from the training we have given, Rajesh, that's your efforts, right? Everybody is not able to reach to that level. You have consistently done one training, two training, three training, multiple certifications, and then you have shown that efforts. So that's your capabilities and abilities by which you have reached to that goal. And I feel that with that focused approach which you have, you will give miles ahead. You will go miles ahead, definitely.
Thanks for that. Yeah, of course, I need Shastri's blessing on this. Definitely, I am
Yeah.
going to, no matter what, I'm going to come for whatever new module I want to learn. And the first point comes into my mind is Shastri, because once you get a confidence on someone, it's like a trust we build upon them. So
Yeah, right.
definitely, any new module, if SAP is going to introduce something out of box, and Shastri is going to teach you, that I can assure you, in a year, not less than a year. In a year, they're coming back with you.
Yeah, sure, sure. So that's our strength. Basically, once people come with us, they don't step with the one training, two training, three training, because learning, it's continuous learning growth. SAPs keep on changing. So you need to also keep on learning. So that's
Yep,
good.
that's true.
So
That's
Rajesh,
very true.
yeah, Rajesh, it would be very good for our viewers if you can put some light on the US market. What kind of jobs are there in the US market? If somebody need to approach for the SAP related jobs, what should be the criteria? What are the main sites they need to go, or they need to directly apply to the companies? How does it works, the US market for SAP field?
So let's talk about my journey. Okay, let's say I started this training when pandemic was in place. Okay, exactly 2 years back. Before pandemic, I started this training. So at the time, I was in a position where my project was going to end, and it was extending on month. So it job requirement is critical to me. So to get job requirement, of course, I do have an SAP knowledge, but to myself, I was not 100% confident on it. Whatever I got to know, or whatever I learned over the years, because I didn't do an implementation project. So how the US market right now is, it's like boom. When you call SAP, it's like boom. Why? Why it's boom? Because S4 HANA is making a lot of um, immense improvements in the company's growth. Each and every company is getting benefited out of S4 HANA implementation, where they resided on third-party Oracle database or SQL databases, where calculations or data extract would take longer and longer days, which is happening on fly right now in through S4 HANA, where the CDS views of concepts came in. So this everything we will not know until you get trained or you get learned about it. So I started learning this, then I went into market. So I was seeing there was multiple Ariba and MM roles coming out in place. Eventually, the growth of EWM is very high. Why I call EWM very high? Because sunsetting of WM is going to be in soon. So SAP is pushing clients to get into EWM for sure, and any S4 HANA implementation is going to happen in EWM. That's done deal. So even though you have an IM, you want to move into decentralized locations or WM managed locations, SAP recommends to go with EWM. So if you're looking something into market, then you should start from, if you're an experienced consultant, then I would say go with EWM, learn EWM as much as possible, because the market is very huge. So how the US market works over here is, right now I'm doing freelancing, so it's called contracting. So I have an employer and he holds my visa and everything. So that's secondary part. But how the market is your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn talks about you. So maintaining of your LinkedIn profile. Let's say I got 3 to 4 jobs, in a row, in a short. After my training, I prepared my resume. Of course, Shastra was helping me out, and eventually I was keeping my effort in it, where I do have whatever experience I learned out of my previous experiences, and adding the new knowledge ones, and that helped me out to possess myself, to promote myself very hugely in market. So everyone who is getting calls from recruiters, and that is 20%. Your LinkedIn profile is going to talk 80% out of it. So once you maintain a standard LinkedIn profile with whatever certifications you done, update your certifications, update your projects in LinkedIn, maintain your connections with your people around you in the company or over. That's going to drive your factor. So LinkedIn is a best approach in US market. First approach in the US market, followed by whatever marketing strategies companies follows, or any full-time requirements you need to go through Indeed, or all those things can be done. But LinkedIn, it can't be done. You need to build your own LinkedIn, and it's going to talk about you before you talk about your profile.
Yeah, right. So I will pitch in here a little bit. So I tell the people LinkedIn is a gold mine. Okay, yep. LinkedIn is a really gold mine. People ask me that how they can get the on-site opportunities, and literally I'm sitting in India, Bangalore, and I'm working for a US project, and I'm charging in US dollars. Okay, this all is happening because of the LinkedIn. I have a very strong LinkedIn profile. Even US, Europe, UK, from all sides I get the requirements. Okay, and then it's a freelancing requirements, and the pay which got compared to India is much higher. So LinkedIn is the key, especially for the people who are experienced. Europe, US, it's a big hit. India, it has started also. Within India also it has started. But still for freshers, it's coming it up. But experienced people, you are looking for very good projects, on-site opportunities. LinkedIn is the key, as Rajesh said. Yeah, Rajesh, please continue.
Yeah, so even if you are starting from in a scratch, let's say you don't know SAP, my recommendation is to learn sourcing and procurement, which is called as STP right now, source to pay, in S4 HANA implementation. So any new starters or anyone who's trying to come into supply chain, I would recommend going into source to pay module, learn learn vendor master, learn about Fiori applications, learn about new changes in the source to pay. There won't be, you won't look back for 10 years at the moment. 10 years is something I can promise you. It's going to be more than that for sure, but it's not a small thing. There are multiple clients over in the place who needs to move in from ECC to S4 HANA. So think about projects. Let's say my project is running for 5 years because it's a global implementation project. There are many clients who have customized environment, and they are moving into S4 HANA, with most of them with greenfield implementation. Some are opting brownfield, which is conversion project, but the extent is going to be very high. So if one client takes 5 years, imagine how many clients are using SAP ERP, and they need to migrate to S4 HANA. So keeping this in mind and keeping the future in mind, I would say your career would settle down in a smoother way if you start with sourcing and procurement, and that will kickstart you to enhance your knowledge in Ariba, all these fancy items, Ariba, EWM, and TM, transport management, whatever you call, you need to start a base. So fix your base, go to it, do your 100%, and jobs are going to come. That's 100% sure.
Sure. And Rajesh, can you also put a little bit light on that? What kind of interview question has been asked, especially into the technical or managerial rounds?
So, in interviews in SAP world in US, it starts with your com skills. Okay, your com skills for a functional guy is important. So that is basic thing you need to have. So to develop your com skills, you need to work on your own self. No one is going to teach you nothing. So later part would be the interview starts with how was the implementation experience? What is the new changes you are going to adopt in S4HANA? What are the changes you would recommend a company to grow in a 5-year extent? And what is the return of investment out of your implementation of S4HANA you are going to get compared to ECC environment? How compatibility and how feasibility is there with S4HANA? So to know this, we need to come with, prepared, where you will be asking all these interview questions where scenario basis, like what are the scenarios where you implemented S4HANA 1809? I was doing an 1809 project. What are the issues you faced through? So the major issue which comes into top of my mind was in 1809 they moved services to lean services. So that was major impact in all clients. So certain things you would know when you work. I do agree, but you can also know through learning of SAP through certification and all those trainings which I did, helped me out, boost me myself. And you can also talk. There are questions where it comes to how do you talk to a business user and get a standard solution out of a customized solution. Okay, business wants a customized solution. How do you derive what can be achieved in standard, and what are the difference of standard versus customization? What benefit it is going to impact your client when you go with the standard solution versus a customizing solution? So pretty much these will be the interview questions, and focusing on your core module, whatever you put your core module, the core module will be the base. And they may ask you what are special procurement keys. All those things everyone can answer. That's not you're going to answer. You're going to answer out of the box. What is SAP Fiori going to do you? What is query browser? What can query browser do you? What replaced query browser? What are the functionalities available in S4HANA for source to pay, like BRF plus, flexible workflows, category management, vendor evaluation, all those things, you will learn once you start learning your, certification preparation or training preparation. This will come out of you. This is what client is expecting from you. Client expects a standard solution rather a customized solution, because what will happen when you go to customization. There will be lot of things, you need to keep it on your mind. When you go with the standard application, the standard Fiori tiles, they are beautiful to use. So we need to possess ourselves, like using standard functionality is best practice. And what are the best practices SAP recommends, we need to follow, and go through those best practices and explain what are the best practices to clients, and talk about existing solutions which you have been done, or which we get through best practices, and impose them to client. And that's what you need to do. That's the only key benefit. When you go into an interview, you are going to tell them what you learned in S4HANA trainings. That's you need to tell them, and how you are going to implement. That will, that's more than enough. Going more into technical, asking about transactions, that's okay. Anyone can answer this. What you're learning from S4HANA and what are you going to implement is a major point is going to play in the interview for S4HANA projects.
Yeah, that's great. So what Rajesh has highlighted, new function features, you should be knowing that what are the new function features, implementation related questions, and scenario based question. It will not be direct question, it will be the scenario based question which would be asked. Your key challenges and issues which you have faced. If you are showing some experience, always think about that these questions are very common question, that what scenarios, what you have worked on, what key issues you have faced, and how you help to resolve it, right? So that is what things we need to prepare before we are going for the interviews. Anything about the managerial rounds?
So once the technical is done, managerial round is like, how are we going to lead our team? Okay, let me explain myself. Okay, why don't we go with myself? So manager hired me and he took me the interview and asked, what are you going to do for the client? So what are we expecting? So I asked him, what is your expectations? I want a standard solution. What do you know about S4HANA? So I explained him what can be done in S4HANA, what can be doable in S4HANA with standard solution, and then what are achievables. So keeping it plate, keeping your path straightforward. Or what would happen in a greenfield implementation when you take a global template and roll down your projects with client plan by plan or company code by company code? What benefits, what key benefits you are going to get? All those things comes up in a managerial round. So managerial round talks about your managerial questions as well as your team communications. How you are going to manage a team. Let's say I have an offshore team who works for me. I have an ABAP team. I have a functional consultant who works from offshore. How do you manage them? What are you going to advise when there is a conflict with team to team? What is your stand? So this kind of questions will come up in managerial round. It's a friendly talk, but you need to make sure you're talking to your point. Make sure your point is clear and crystal.
Yeah, that's right. Your thought process should be very clear. They actually check whether you are clear with your thought process or not. Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
So that's great insights, Rajesh. That will help a lot the people who are looking for SAP related jobs. This interview is going to help a lot to the people who are looking for SAP jobs in US specifically. That how the US market works, what kind of interview question has been asked. You have given a very good insights. We hope that our association will go longer. And now
True.
you have
Yeah.
So we have a Facebook a community. It is called SAP Mastermind. So it also have a part where basically you can do the mentorship. Okay, I will be sending you a link and you can register yourself as a mentor, so that people who are looking for jobs in US, if they need some advice, they can come and they can have a quick chat with you, and then you can advise them as a mentor.
Yeah, whatever I learned from you, I'm happy to share. So whatever out of my experience I'm learning, I'm happy to share. Knowledge is grown when you share. That's what I feel.
Yeah, definitely. Even I'm in this industry because I have learned more giving to the trainings rather than working onto the projects. Projects gives a lot of experience. I try to mix it, projects and the training, but trainings take you to the next level. When you speak about a topic, that's the point, it get imprinted in your mind.
That's right. That's true statement.
So thank you, Rajesh, for joining for this game of high flyers. We highly appreciate your time and your presence, and we'll go for a longer run. We'll plan the further trainings with you. And thank you. And we are switching off for this episode. Bye for now.
Thanks everyone. Thanks, Parminder.